Hi, Miss Drinkwine.
Hi, yes.
How are you?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm Kobe. I'm going to be your physical therapist today.
Okay, Kobe.
I'm just going to ask you a couple questions. We'll probably be here around maybe an hour. But like I said, I'm just going to get some information, and then we'll try to get you out of here as soon as we can, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm going to start. Can you go ahead and verify your birthday for me?
Yes, it's 10/9/94.
Okay, perfect. Hey, you're about to have a birthday.
I am, yes.
5 days.
Yeah, I'd be a little more excited if I wasn't in so much pain.
I hear you there. So what do you do for a living?
So I'm a dancer at SeaWorld,
Okay.
and I wear this chipmunk costume, and the head it's honestly pretty heavy. It's like the costume's like 30 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, I'm a dancer, and I've been promoted recently, so now I am the trainer of the dancers.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
So you get to come up with like choreography and stuff like that?
yes, yeah, it's pretty intense, man. If you
That's-
ever
That's
come to SeaWorld,
we
check
were
it
actually
out.
talking about, me and my family going and taking a trip, maybe in the next month or so. So yeah, we'll definitely have to go
you
check
should
it out.
do it,
Yeah.
definitely.
So how many hours a week would you say you work over there?
It's definitely a lot. That's like the only thing I do, so it's probably like 40-hour weeks.
40-hour weeks? Okay.
Yeah.
You're not in school or anything like that?
No,
No?
just making my living as a chipmunk.
Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with that. And so really you're just kind of on your feet dancing, coming up with choreography, helping other dancers each
Definitely,
time?
yes. On
Okay.
my feet a lot.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what hobbies, what do you do outside of work?
Well, in the free time that I do have, I like to go to happy hours with my girlfriends, my fellow chipmunks.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just go to happy hour sometimes, but that's pretty much all the activities that I do for fun.
Okay.
Just-
Have you been able to go to happy hour recently?
Recently, not really.
No?
I just haven't felt up to it, and so I feel like this is kind of hindering me in that
Okay.
aspect.
Okay. Do you exercise any outside of work, or just whatever you do at work is what you consider your exercise?
Right. Well, prior to this injury, I had wanted to start losing weight, and
Okay.
so I started a running program about 8 months ago, and I was doing pretty well and like sticking to it and everything, and then this happened, and I can feel myself kind of going downhill.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we'll definitely work on getting you back to both of these, both work and that running program you're working on. So what brings you in here today?
I'm having a lot of pain kind of in the back of my leg.
On
like
the left leg there?
Yes,
Okay.
in this hamstring area.
Okay.
And it's just been a lot for me.
Is it just on the back of your leg, or does it wrap around to the front here any? Does it
No.
travel down to your foot or your calf?
No, it doesn't go anywhere else. It
Not
just
above or
stays.
anything like that?
No, it
No?
just kind of
Okay.
stays back here.
Any upper body pain, anything like that? No? And like you said, nothing around the front, doesn't wrap around or anything?
Nope. All is good there.
Okay, so I kind of checked off this little body chart here. I just want to make sure that it's kind of an accurate representation of where your pain is located at,
Yeah.
okay? So the X's is where you said the pain was, and the check marks are just checking off that those areas are fine. Is that a pretty
Yeah.
accurate description?
That looks good.
Okay. So how would you describe your pain? Well, what kind of pain is it?
I describe it as kind of dull and
Dull? Okay.
really achy.
Okay. So on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being no pain at all, 10 being take me to the emergency room, how is your pain right now?
Currently, it's pretty low. I'm gonna say it's about a 1.
1. Okay. What about when it's at its worst?
When it's at its worst, it's a 6.
6?
Mhm.
Okay. And then what about when it's at its best?
Best is 0 out of 10.
Best is 0?
There's some days where things are going good and it's not bothering me at all.
Okay, perfect. Well, so what are some of the things that seem to aggravate your or bring on your pain in your hamstring there?
Definitely walking for
Walking,
honestly anything over 2 minutes. I can start to feel the pain come on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is
And
that
dancing too.
dancing? Okay.
Too, yeah.
Are those the only 2 things that kind of bring on your pain?
Yeah, that I can think of.
That you can think of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you noticed anything in particular that makes your pain feel better, go away, eases it a little bit?
Yeah, so I've been taking Mobic.
Okay.
And that has helped my pain, and also resting, icing it, elevating it, all that good stuff.
Okay.
That's also helped me.
Okay. So now I'm just gonna get a little rundown of how your pain is throughout the day.
Okay.
In the morning, how would you say your leg feels? Like whether that's like stiff, painful.
In the morning, I'd say that it's pretty okay. I feel like it's a little tight.
Okay.
That probably only lasts for maybe like the first 30 minutes max that I'm up.
Do you do anything in particular to kind of help speed up that process of kind of loosening up?
Just sometimes I'll start off by icing it.
Okay.
To kind of help.
Okay. Perfect. What about throughout the day? Like whether you're at work, going around the community, how does your pain feel throughout the day?
Definitely throughout the day it's worse, especially if I'm moving around, because it does come on so quickly, I guess.
Okay.
Like I said, sometimes it's just after 2 minutes that it takes to come on, and so throughout the day it's definitely progressively.
So through the middle of the day, the bulk of the day, is that usually when you feel like you're 6 out of 10 pain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. The middle of the day when I've been walking around doing stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
that's when it usually reaches the 6 out of 10.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
You're pretty active, so we'll definitely work on this.
Yeah.
What about at nighttime?
At
What do you do
night?
at night, once you're back home? How does your pain feel? How's your leg feel?
Probably it's also that's when it is reaching the 6 probably also, but
Okay.
that's when I start to kind of slow it down and really start to implement the resting and elevation.
Okay.
That helps to ease it before I go to bed.
Does your pain ever wake you up? Anything
No,
like that?
it never wakes me up yet.
Perfect. Okay, so I see you're on crutches.
Yes, I have those.
How long have you had those for?
I've had them probably about a month.
Okay. Is that something that you got on your own, or?
I actually got them at the emergency room,
Okay.
which is where I went.
So you ended up going to the emergency room?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to resort to that.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Did they teach you how to use those properly?
Not really.
No? Okay, that's something we can work on.
Okay, I've been using them how I feel like I should be using them, how I've seen people use crutches before, but I sometimes don't feel like I'm doing it, I guess, comfortably as I could.
Okay.
Yeah, properly.
Well, before you leave, we'll kind of take a look at them, and I'll kind of go over the proper way to use them.
Okay.
And make sure that they're set up correctly. That way.
That would be fantastic.
Okay. Perfect. So you mentioned you were at the ER. Did they have you do any imaging, like an MRI, X-ray?
Yes. So I had an X-ray and an MRI done.
Okay.
X-ray was good. Nothing was broken, but
Perfect.
the MRI did show I believe they told me it was a grade 2 hamstring strain.
Okay.
So that's what the MRI showed.
Okay. And did they kind of explain to you what that was at the ER?
No, I just kind of took it and
Took it with a grain of salt?
Yeah.
Okay, so really the grades are just the severity of the injury, so usually it's 1, 2, and 3. You're kind of in the middle. It's still definitely something that we can work with, and definitely something that we should be able to get you back from.
Okay, awesome.
So I know you mentioned that you were taking Mobic. Are you taking any other medications along with that?
No, just the Mobic whenever I feel necessary within the time frame on the directions.
Okay. So I guess we'll get into a little more detail now. How did you injure yourself?
So about a month ago, I was gardening, which I really love to garden. And I was trying to hang some flowers onto this little hook, and I was standing on this big pot, and it's like 3 feet tall, so I thought it was pretty sturdy. But I slipped, and then I could kind of feel myself losing balance and start to fall. But then I looked down, and my dog was right there, and so I put myself in a weird position to where
you
I was kind of bent
him?
over, and I wouldn't step on him, and then my heel hit the ground, and then that was it. Yeah. That was it for me.
So did you drive yourself to the emergency room?
I got one of my friends to take me. She was over, we were hanging out.
Okay, good. So have you ever had any injury like this before? Like, do you feel like this could have possibly been from like a previous injury that you had?
Yeah, so I haven't had anything like this before. But when I was 18, so it's been a little while. But I did have a right labral repair hip surgery thing. And so that was 6 years ago at this point.
Okay. But you don't feel like they were connected. I know they're on opposite legs, but you don't feel like they were connected. Like, oh, maybe my right leg was giving out, and that's why I was losing my balance.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
No.
Yeah, I haven't really had any problems with that previous surgery since.
Okay, perfect. So you've gone through physical therapy before. Did you do physical therapy with that labral repair?
I actually didn't go
to
PT.
Huh, that's
surprising.
So do you know kind of like what we do here?
Yeah, I think I have an idea just from, what I've seen and heard from my friends. But my friend who did go through PT before had a really negative experience with it, and so I think that's kind of made me hesitant. Yeah, about the whole thing, which is why I canceled and rescheduled my appointment, which was supposed to be 2 weeks ago. But I finally just pulled the trigger, and I'm here now.
So you're a little nervous about being
here? Yeah, definitely.
Well, so we definitely don't want you to have the same experience that your friend had. Sorry that she had to go through that, and then that it's having its effect on you. But really, we just kind of want to get you back to what you were doing previously. Okay. It might involve a little bit of pain, but we're not really here to cause pain. We're here to get over that hump and improve the pain to where you're not feeling any. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. That's comforting.
So, so what would be your main goals? I know you said you like to garden. What else? You punky?
Punky, yes.
Punky? Okay.
Yes.
Get back to dancing.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely say that's like my main goal. Gotta go back to work. Gotta make money.
Okay. What about running? I know you mentioned you were running.
Right. Yeah. So I should get back to that. Running, good goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's take a look at this real quick. Make sure I didn't overlook anything else. So no history of any like chronic diseases or anything like that in the family.
No,
nothing like that. Morning stiffness. Okay. All right. Well, I believe that's everything I have question-wise. We'll go ahead and move on to the next part of our exam. I'm just going to do a couple movements with you, see what movements help you, which ones don't. So we'll kind of take it from there, okay?
Cool, sounds good.
All right.